Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's relegation time. Maybe. Is it? Maybe. No.
Nope.
No, it's not relegation time.
It's not.
I just wanted to lie to
Which means we can go back to doing our favorite thing, keep answering the question from the chat.
How do we make... it's random. I don't know how this is working out, but
This is great French vanilla coffee, by the way. Who'd
Is
win in a
that
fight?
what that is?
Scump or Nade? I feel like Scump would win. I feel like Nade's not much of a fighter. I feel like you'd be somebody who would be like, hey, man, let's stop. Give me a hug. Let's stop fighting. Cole versus AW OpTic would be an awesome match. Definitely would be an awesome match.
Who would win?
I think Cole would. Which Cole? With Clay or Karma?
Clay Karma.
Yeah, Cole would win.
With Clay.
Actually, Clay had a really good clump.
Right?
But
But they're playing with Aches, man.
ooh. Nah, if it's Cole Aches,
But it's not.
then we're good.
But it's Aches.
If it ain't,
We bad. We real bad.
nah.
That would actually be a really good game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, relegation
We're
time. Is it going to work this time? Hopefully it does. A wild Chris
Puckett, give me your prediction. Who's going to win this match?
I nailed it last night.
You got lucky. The team that you thought was going to win is now out, by the way. So.
It doesn't matter.
Oh!
Yo, Puckett said Method's about to go off.
Going for
JusTus,
50 here first
JusTus
match.
to win the series. No,
I think
Puckett
it's
said JusTus win the series 3-0.
Yeah.
What's that?
JusTus wins game
Method's
one.
dropped 50 kills. JusTus wins game one.
Yep.
He didn't. He said OpTic Nation win overall, but he did say JusTus for game one. So we will see. TCM proven to be a pretty good player online, Matt.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, he proved it in LAN too. Very, very talented.
He's really good online, but definitely proved at LAN. At Orlando, finished very high with Synergy. I believe it was top 4 with Methods and Bows playing on that squad. So very good start for this JusTus team. As Puckett predicted, he said he thought JusTus was going to win map 1 and Nation win the rest. I don't know how that looks from mine and your prediction, but hey, I mean, JusTus coming out here hot in the first map.
TCM, I think really is kind of like the glue which holds this team together a little bit. We heard Embos, we heard Embos saying how he thinks TCM a very, very underrated player, very talented.
Yeah.
I know Methods was pretty unhappy that we don't rate this team as highly as we probably should.
It's actually really funny when I saw Bows at Orlando after, their first or second match. I was like, how's the team looking, whatever. And he's like, bro, TCM is godlike.
Yeah, right?
In the Bows voice. And, I mean, he definitely had a very good event. Right now, Nation, though, mounting a little bit of a comeback, picking up time down, about 11 seconds here in this hardpoint retreat game.
Well, Teep on your screens right now. Be on that hard point, currently 1-4, but looking for a couple of kills. Actually, you can just try and stay alive here. 30 seconds left on the hill before it is going to rotate. Unfortunately, Teep is going to fall. Methods and Noble TCM were on there, but unfortunately, it looks like he is going to be challenged. I think TCM may actually fall, does so, and that's Teep with another big kill on the hard point.
I mean, Teep has gotten his only 2 kills on this hardpoint, but it's definitely taken them from, being down by, 20-something points, actually going to be able to take the lead here as the hill is going to start to rotate over towards the lobby, though. Nobody in position for OpTic Nation. They're going to lose this lead probably in the first few seconds.
Killer with a pretty strong start to this game, at 9-5. Unable to actually clean that killer, but it looks like he may actually challenge again. And there is that nice headshot on Lawless, going to continue to push. There's Methods. Killer really finding his groove. It's a 7th streak, unfortunately, is cut short. TCM on the hard point.
Killa is really good at this game. A lot of people kind of, I mean, they look at how he started Ghost around champs, and then towards the end, Killa has a ton of quotes that everybody likes to use, throw around, but when you look at the gameplay, Sloss is still, one of the top players in the game, putting up great numbers here, 12-7 to start off this one.
Ever since the first time I saw him play this game, I said, this is going to be the Black Ops 2 killer. Yeah. This is going to be that World Championship caliber of player. Same with Miracles. Miracles is a player who can just at any point really just drop 40+ kills. He's fantastic. Otherwise, just slap Lawless across the face on that hard point. But this one, a little closer now. 61-61 with 5 seconds left until the rotation.
Oh, that was a hell of a play by TCM right there.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, he's able to, drop kick that guy in midair. They're going to take the lead back from ON. This one's going back and forth, but you got to have Lawless. He's going to have to step it up for JusTus here, and then, getting into near the second rotation of hills, and then for Nation, you're going to need, Teep and Mir to really step it up as well.
So in a game that's close like this, on hardpoint retreat, where is this game really going to pull away?
I would probably say this next up top hill. I don't think you're going to get too much time. I think they probably go into the next one around 10 to 15 seconds. I think whoever wins that next hill really sets the pace for the second rotation of hills for the entire game.
Well, currently it is this JusTus lineup who do have the lead. About to be 10 points as Meth is trying to do everything he can of slaying around the outside of the hill, leaving TCM on the hard point. Turns around and is going to get shut down. That was Miracles with the kill. Miracles struggling a little bit, 8 and 13. Teep, 8 and 13 as well. Probably assume this is more of an East Coast host, maybe? But then having said that, Karma's playing pretty well, 16 and 13.
Yeah, I mean, he is playing pretty well. I think Karma has actually a pretty good internet connection for being West Coast, though. I know Teep went to Karma's place to play the online qualifier tournament.
Yes.
And they made it through fairly easily. So, Teep may need I think he has the highest internet in his area. It just doesn't ping out good to anybody.
Well, Teep's just going to be lying on this hill. Hasn't really had much to do.
No, I mean, when you got Killa killing everybody over on poolside, you don't need to do much.
That's a very good point. Unfortunately, Karma is going to fall. TP should have a gunfight any second now. In fact, no. Killa is just going to continuously to clean things up, and whilst that's going on, Miracle is going to fall, but finally TP has his gunfight. Isn't going to be able to clean it up, but Karma and Killa both plus 20 kills almost at the half.
This is what you saw when they were on Impact, and it's scary to see now. They can really just kind of take over a game. I think they have so much fun playing with each other. I think that's part of the reason you saw EG towards the end kind of fall apart is, Karma, Aches, and Krim really didn't enjoy playing with each other towards the end. I think when Karma is happy and he's playing with people he really likes to play with and really likes, he plays extremely well, and I think that's what you're going to get out of this team coming around champs time.
Methods jumping on the hard point now for JusTus, who are trailing just over 20 points. Looking for some kills. OpTic Nation going to push him. He does eventually fall. Lawless falls on the hard point as well. Lawless not having the best of games at all. 9 and 20.
No.
Need to see him step up. You brought it up about 2-3 minutes ago, but he just hasn't been able to take it to that next level, Matt.
Well, you see ON, like you said, when you're going to see this game turn around. That fifth hill, ON took a majority of it. You saw Teep start to heat up a little bit, and look at Mir. Mir's jumped up into that 18 and 19 area, around even, so he's definitely stepped up his game. And you see ON take the lead. I think this is one thing me and you talked about a little bit when I came into the office today is I was doing some of the player profiles and bios for regionals. And when I looked at this ON team, you have Killa kind of their in-game leader, Karma's their Slayer. What are really the other two? I don't think you can really say in this game either of them are OBJ players. I think they really traded off. Miracles right now, 20 and 20. He's doing a little bit more of the slaying department, and Teep in the hill doing all the hill work. You're seeing them rotate from games. If Teep was hot this game, I'm sure Miracles would be in the hill. So doing a nice job of rotating back and forth over the OBJ responsibility.
I love that. It's awesome to see a team that can adapt like that on the fly. Really good stuff, to be honest with you. As Killa now trying to break this back turtle hard point. It's still a little bit of a lead for OpTic Nation, but it is slowly being shipped away, and it's TCM on this hard point. 22-21. 3 streak right now, and Place for OpTic Nation just waiting to go for the perfect challenge here on the hard point. A couple of traded kills do go down. Octane, though, trying to just hold this hard point a little bit longer. It is TP on there, and TP is going to have that gunfight. Can he win it? No, he can't. He falls. TCM with another good hold, but again, challenging the hard point. Drops. OpTic Nation get control once again.
Yeah, and Killa and Karma do a nice job pushing this one out. Killa on your screen now. He's going to be able to pick up one, but you see, now ON, they're going to rotate for this lobby hill, something they didn't do on the first rotation. It'll be interesting to see how much time they actually get on this one.
TP once again with that early rotation, and that's something which Nation have done really well this whole game. The rotations have just been a little bit earlier really than JusTus is, and that's allowed them to just kind of keep themselves in the game a little bit, because they started off a little slow, remember. That first hard point went pretty much all in favor of JusTus, but they managed to get themselves back in a favorable position.
You take away the 20 or 30 point lead that they got in that first hill. I think it was 27-2 or 3 or something kind of ridiculous like that. You take away that time, this is kind of a blowout type of game. It's probably something in the 180 to 120 area, where this one, it really isn't close. So got to wonder if ON maybe after this going to readjust their strategies, kind of play a little bit more aggressive on that first hill.
TP with 10 caps right now, really putting so much pressure on these hard points, but looks like for the last 12 seconds it will be JusTus that control it. So going into this rotation, last 2 hard points, Matt, who's your money on?
I'm going to have to take ON. It looks like they're set up for this bottom one. If they can at least take 30 seconds here, split this one. Going into the last one, they can kind of just jump up and contest, and they would look good to win this. But you see the first 2 kills coming in from, TCM. Oh, wow, and JusTus. And they're actually going to be able to break this hill extremely fast.
TCM with some lovely movement, utilizing that double jump to the best of his abilities. Trying to stay alive on the hard point. There's going to be a flood of players pushing him, and Look at how confident he's feeling, picking up the assist there as Octane slaying from a distance. And it is actually going to be JusTus now that actually start to pull away. 185 to 178.
Oh, no.
TCM trying to go big on the hard point. Needs the support now, coming in from Octane from behind with the bow. Only able to pick up 1 kill. OpTic Nation now with control. It's going to be Karma on that hard point. 5 kills away from his 40th kill of the game. But with 18 seconds left, you need to be thinking about that rotation as well towards that last hard point.
Methods and Octane dominated that hill for JusTus. I'm going to tell you exactly why. When I was paying attention to the kill feed there, you saw no kills coming in from ON with a bow. That hill is completely, you know, AR dominant. If your AR can just lock down those lanes, you're good to take a ton of time. And Octane and Methods did a really nice job of doing that for JusTus.
This is now extremely big time for OpTic Nation. TP on the hard point. He's going to turn around, finds the second, can't find the third. Immediately broken by Octane. And this is good for JusTus. Slowly starting to pull away. EMP's now being used by Octane. He's going to fall. Methods on the hard point. They're trading the kills. OpTic Nation need to push and need to get control of this hard point. 30 seconds left in the game, Matt.
30 seconds left. They're going to have to just focus on backstairs and poolside. That's exactly where they're coming from. But you see, not winning any battles, Team is going to have to go huge. Gets 2, almost gets the 3rd. He is going to be taken out. This one's going to come right down to the wire. Ben Killa needs to push this hill. He's going to take out 1. He's got another to his right. That player is going to be dropped by Karma. They're going to need to go big here. Nope. Only 9 seconds left, and they're not going to be able to do it.
JusTus clutching up on the last hill here of hardpoint retreat. Nation not able to break it. If TP had found that 3-piece, that would have been ridiculous.
They lost that one in the second slash hill. Nation lost that one on the
no bow.
Yeah, right. On the they had a bow. They were not getting any kills. You saw Octane and Methods switching to an ASM1 for this last hill, just trying to get pressure, but they both had ARs on that bottom hill. They were able to just keep the players from Nation at bay, and TCM obviously went huge there on that bottom hill as well. You see 3 players from Nation, 2 bars.
3 2 bars, and you're still able to keep it close.
Unbelievable.
Wow, that's pretty impressive stuff, but JusTus 1-0 up now in the series. Oh, Sensei Puckett kind of predicted it a little bit. Karma almost drops 40 kills. Killer does drop 40 kills, but props to Octane, 42 and 35, a 1.20 KD. Really locked it down for JusTus, I feel.
And you know, at one point, Mirror... Hold on, bring in the scoreboard again.
You want me to bring up the scoreboard again?
Yeah, let me see the scoreboard. Oh, you
I was looking for the game,
Ron, bring in the scoreboard. Okay, so at one point, we said Miracles was coming back in the game, right? He was at 20 and 20. So he finishes the rest of that game going from 20 and 20 to 8 and 14 or 8 and 16, I think. So from the lobby hill to downstairs to the... Nope, it was at the end of the lobby hill. So from downstairs, 4th hill on the 2nd rotation and 5th hill.
It was tough.
He went 8 and 16. That's a rough 2 hills from here.
Very, very rough 2 hills. For now, guys, quick commercial break. When we return, jumping into some search and destroy action.